All right, y'all. We are winding down, getting started another stream, guys. Welcome back to Geekly Goods Roundup, y'all. We got some great topics to talk about tonight, including one that just dropped, an Aquaman 2 teaser, guys, which it seemed like WB forgot all about Aquaman. Let's be real. So it's good to see that they actually still remember Aquaman 2. We pretty much bullied them into submission into marketing this project, because let's be real, guys. This is coming out in December. They said it was coming out, but it hasn't come out yet. We haven't seen anything but one picture of Jason Momoa in a new suit. So now they finally got some clips. We've got a little bit of a tease, and we'll be talking about that tonight, as well as What If Season 2. There are titles now for the season episodes. Thank goodness. It's about time we got some kind of update there, but it seems like other stuff is disappearing. We had Spider-Man freshman year. We were actually just talking about that before the stream. Nothing, and we've got no updates on that or anything like that, but we've got Laser in the house. Rodney, good to see you guys today. Loretto actually will not be joining us. He is actually currently on vacation, but I've got a very special guest with me here tonight, guys. I'm so excited to welcome him to the channel for the first time. Fellow content creator who's over on YouTube doing reactions with his brother and reviews, guys. Go check him out over on Keizi Cinema over on YouTube, guys. But he's at Keizi TV over on Twitter. I'm so glad to have him on the channel for the first time. Keizi, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, man. Good. Welcome to the channel. It's good to see you, man. Welcome.
It's good to be here. Thank you so much.
Man, thanks for coming. I've been wanting to have you on the channel for a while, man. It's good to see another fellow defender of the Suicide Squad. My favorite DCEU film, by the way.
I mean, it's peak cinema. It's peak cinema.
Peak. Bro, it is the best the DCEU has had to offer to me so far.
I love it.
Man, seeing you defend it on Twitter, I'm like, I feel it. I love it. It is my favorite DCEU film. So good to see that, brother. Good to see you. But let us know, man, what you do over on YouTube, how you got into YouTubing, and how you got into movies and content. Let us know a little bit about who you are.
For sure. My name's Keizi. It's right there. That's a YouTube channel. But yeah, just started out like I was younger, and like since I was like gaming and stuff, I used to do like gaming channel. I used to have a gaming channel, and then once I started like getting editing and stuff down, I just kind of learned as I was picking up more of it. I was like, yo, wait, this editing thing is kind of cool. And especially like I learned how to use like cameras and stuff. And then when I was like later on in high school, I just kind of like I don't know if it was just a midlife crisis. I just started watching a ton of like films that I like used to watch when I was growing up that I had, and then like just found a love for it, and then went to school for like film, and I was like, you know what, like, I mean, I might as well record myself doing this. So didn't use my editing skills for like, whenever I want to do a review or something, but that's pretty much what it came down to. I like picked it up really when I was in like college, and then like, I don't know, I just been doing it ever since. I have no like real goal, but just being able to kind of share like a reaction to something that maybe someone else likes. It's pretty cool. Like, gotta share the love.
Right, bro. I feel that. Gotta share the love, baby. That's what's
For
up, man.
sure.
But it sounds like it was very natural for you to just move right into content creation and really channel your
Definitely.
passion into it, right?
For sure. Yeah. I think when I was like, I think I started like really editing when I was in middle school. So like after that, like
Okay.
that was like on the phone and stuff. Like once I got a laptop and stuff, I was like, I was chilling. And yeah, it's like kind of grown. The production has grown pretty much ever since, just more and more.
Awesome, man. That's great. And what would you say got you into video editing? Like,
I just think like watching other YouTubers when I was younger play like games that I did, and like seeing how funny they
mhm.
were able to make a video of just them talking with like edits and cuts and stuff. It was super creative, and I thought, maybe if I could learn this, maybe I could play a couple games or something while recording myself and make it funny. And then that just grew over time, learning new techniques and skills along the way.
That's what's up, man. That's great. You got a new subscriber in the laser. Said he's gonna
Oh,
watch your
thank
videos
you,
for
the
dinner.
laser. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for all the love, man. Hope you're doing good.
And we've got Loretto signing in from Disney World. What's going on, man? That's my
W Oh, bro,
co-host
was that
there.
I've never been there. I need to go to Disney World
Man,
so bad, like
that man's pulling up for the first time, and I know he's having a good time, bro. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping in the stream. We got Perp pulling up. What's going on, Perp? Good to see you, bro. And yes, man, I mean, look, YouTube has been such a fun experience. It's just cool to meet other YouTubers and to react to the latest trailers. And it's just such a fun process to go from shooting to editing and creating all the content. It's such a like nice, cool process. But I think this can actually scooch us over to our very first topic of the night. We'll talk about our top 5 most anticipated films. Let's do it, man. All right, guys, this is our first segment. It's Rate Your Hype. Typically, in this segment, we're usually rating our upcoming like favorite films, and we're rating them 1 to 10 on most anticipated to least. But tonight, since we're kind of light on news, I figured we would go ahead and rate our top 5 most anticipated movies coming up. We'll just list our top 5, guys, because there's quite a few movies coming up. We only got 3 more months left in the year, but there's quite a few movies around the corner, guys, and lots of them. I mean, not only do we have blockbuster movies coming up, we've got movies coming out of film festivals. We've got a lot of independent films coming out here that are running for the Oscars. We've got a lot around the corner, and it's jam-packed, and it feels like almost every week or weekend we've got something new coming out. We've got the Venice movie coming out next week. We've got
yep.
plenty left. We've got the Marvel still left to go. Aquaman 2, as we just learned, it
That's coming
still
out still?
exists. It's like, okay, we got that. Songbirds. There's plenty around the corner to really enjoy coming up. But Keizi, I'm gonna toss it to you first, man. Give us your number 5 most anticipated for the rest of 2023.
All right. Now I don't even know if this you know what, I'm gonna just leave it out because it's like a short film. I'm not gonna count it. It was the new Wes Anderson one. It comes out this month on Netflix. But my 5th is gonna be The Creator. I mean, it just looks fantastic.
Oh,
Original
so
sci-fi, sign me up. Garrett Edwards visuals, sign me up. Come on now.
man, listen, I gotta go with the same one, actually. Yes, the
W.
creator looks so good, man. I
It
mean, just
does.
the world building. Gareth Edwards, like you said, man. I mean, listen, I loved Rogue One. That was like my favorite, one of my favorite Star Wars movies. Visually, story-wise. I really enjoyed it. So I'm really looking forward to this. I love how the world feels both big and small at the same time. It feels
Yeah,
like there's a
yeah.
very relatable story going on with the main two characters. There's a really close story going on with the two of them, but the world is pretty big with a pretty significant problem, it seems to be, with AI and how it has adapted with reality. And it just has this really cool, like, kind of dystopian vibe to it. I'm
Yeah.
really feeling it, man. I like the tone. I like how it looks. Gotta get that on the list. It just screams like one of those like low-key favorites that probably is not gonna get nominated or anything, but will
No,
fly under the radar as like a really good, just kind of low-key sci-fi. Looks good, man. I'm
it
looking forward to
does.
that one.
Same.
Look, we got Mike pulling up with the Go Pack Go. Yeah, I'm sure it feels good, man. Listen, I'm hoping my team does a little something next week, but not quite, not quite. Look, we got the GOAT, the Twitter GOAT. We got him in here,
I don't know
man.
who y'all talking about. That's not me. That's
The
not.
Twitter
I
GOAT.
don't know what that app is. It's X. It's X. What are we talking about?
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna give us the number 4, The Killer. David
The
Fincher
Killer.
is king. David
Ooh.
Fincher, I am lining up for. The only David Fincher movie I don't like is Mank, but yo, listen, what I'm hearing coming out of the film festival here, I'm hearing such good things about The Killer. Michael Fassbender with David Fincher, like match made in heaven for me. I'm super excited for this one. I mean, he just creates such great thriller-esque, vibrant tones in his movies.
Yes.
And I was looking at the trailer, and it looks like maybe Michael Fassbender, maybe the character won't have that much spoken dialogue, but it'll be a very mental battle going through this, very psychological battle. And we know David Fincher handles that beautifully every single time. So, man, I'm super hyped for that movie. It's coming to Netflix. I can't wait, man. We talked Fincher last week, and I mean, one of my top 5 directors. So I'm
Same.
super
Same.
excited
Same.
for this one, man. What about you? Where are you going for number 4?
I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't know. Number 4 for me is Rebel Moon. Listen, say what you want about the man. Listen, as now, his original ideas maybe not the best. Listen, that's okay. That's okay. But this just looks like so right up his alley. And since this was like a Star Wars pitch like many years ago, I'd imagine he's had a lot of time to refine anything that maybe was denied when he went to go pitch the movie. But it just visually looks great. It just looks like he's building out worlds. He's building out kind of these like just factions of people. It's just so
Mm-hmm.
sick. And it being a two-part now, like I get it. You know, this man, it's difficult for him to make a movie under 2 hours, but like I don't care. Like if it's good, I don't care. Like it looks so like sick. The visuals are there. And from what I know of the story, like the foundation is pretty solid. Like you'd have to be pretty bad to mess up kind of what the story is about. It's kind of like a Skeleton Crew-esque like story, but
Mm-hmm.
it just looks, yeah. I mean, I can go on about like the visuals. I think the cast is pretty good as well. Jaimin Hansu, like, give my boy more love, dude. He is so
Come on,
good.
man.
Like, he
Come
is
on
just in
now.
everything. He literally does not phone in a single performance. Like,
Nothing.
and yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how people really feel about Roman Moon. I know some of the Star Wars fans are they are going at it, but I mean, people are calling like it's a Dune Star Wars ripoff. Like, I just think it's taking inspiration from like multiple sci-fi stories to kind of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
create its own thing. It just looks great. It's like a mix of like Dune, Star Wars, kind of has like this apocalyptic look to it. I like it. I don't know. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, man. I found it hilarious that he dropped this trailer and has a character in it with like lightsabers. On
Yeah.
the day that Ahsoka dropped, I was like,
Ahsoka,
okay,
yeah.
Snyder, we see you throwing punches. But yeah, I think it does look good. I think the world looks great. You named out some titles though that I think could take away from it because Dune is now pushed back, so it's kind of
Yeah.
got a little more breathing room now. I was worried because I was like, okay, you got Dune coming out, you got Songbirds, which I think that might be a little bit bigger than we think. I'm starting to see a lot of Hunger Games fans really support that one. And apparently the book is really good. I haven't read the book, but I'm seeing a lot of support coming in for that Songbird. So I was like, okay, we've got a lot around it. But now it's got a little bit more of a playing field without Doom. So
For sure.
hopefully it can really get some eyeballs on it because it does look good. I mean, I think the visuals look spectacular. I think it looks like the packed lore that Zach needs. Like, he needs a world to build. And I think that this, giving him a world, that Netflix giving him at least this two-parter, can really open up some storytelling for him that I feel like we need it for a Snyder movie. And so I'm looking forward to it. I don't got it in my top 5, but it does look really, really good visually. Like, it looks visually spectacular. But welcome in, Joe-san. Good to see you. Wait, no. We got Trolls 3 on the top 5.
3. Trolls 3.
No trolls.
Crazy.
No trolls. Give us your number 3, Keizi.
My number 3 is Poor Things. I just like listen. I'm an Emma Stone fanatic. Listen, she is so good in literally every single thing she has been in, top tier. And it just looks like it's kind of got a Tim Burton-esque mixed with Wes Anderson. Like, it looks so creative and visually stunning. It's got the quirkiness of like some of Wes's character, but like the kind of whimsicalness of the Burton era, and it looks great, and like the reception is really good on it too. So like I'm hoping it lives up to the hype. Hopefully it blows by and it thoroughly impresses me. It just looks great, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it does look really, really good. There's a lot of talk about Emma Stone being a bit of a front runner for actress now, which is a lot coming right out of the festival, but she's coming hot out of the gate. Really good talk about Lanthimos. It could be a big runner here in the award season, but I'm with you, man. That's on my list. Not quite a number 3, but it's on my list. And I really, I loved The Favorite. Like, I love that movie so much that I'm looking forward to a repeat with Lanthimos and Stone. I just cannot wait for those two of them to be together again. It does have this kind of like dark, like maybe like a drop of Disney, but like you said, you hit on the nail, hit the nail on the head with the Burton-esque kind of grim Frankenstein-esque tale, but it kind of has like a warm center to it. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Number 3, I'm gonna go with The Boy and the Heron, the next Studio Ghibli movie. I mean, besides Earwig and the Witch, that was not a great Studio Ghibli movie, but every other Studio Ghibli movie has at least been good to, I mean, amazing. I mean, some of these movies are
they kill it
easily in my favorite of all time. I love Studio Ghibli movies, so it's great to see that one came right out of the gate with the 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Recently.
Wild.
I was like, Miyazaki's back. Our man is back, man. So super excited to see that. We'll talk about this a little bit later. He's not out of the game yet, not retiring. So that's a big positive. But for number 2, I'm going to go with Saltburn. Another one that's getting a lot of talk out of. Oh, yeah. I loved Emerald Fennell's first feature. I loved her and Carey Mulligan together. I'm looking forward to them again, even though it's not a lot of Carey Mulligan. There's going to be just a killer cast, man. I can't wait for this. Barry Keoghan and almost anything he's in at this point, I'm in. I'm here for it. I can't wait for this one. I'm not reading too much about it because I just want to save a little bit of it for myself. That one I actually haven't even viewed the trailer. So I just want to a couple movies during the year. Yeah, there's a couple movies during the year I kind of just want to give to myself. This one and Poor Things, I've not actually seen a trailer. So I'm really trying to go in anticipating it without having seen too much. And this is another one that just from the talk and the chatter and from the various photos I've seen, very interested in this one. So definitely got that at my number 2, man. Where you going for your number 2?
For my number 2, it's gonna be Next Goal Wins by Taika Waititi. Listen, a lot of
Oh
people
man,
don't
that
know
movie's
that this is an
good.
adaptation of a documentary. And the
Mhm.
documentary I love. It's just like a team that sucks and they just win. Like it's the most Taika Waititi like adaptation they could possibly do. Like, and to know, like, I'm kind of excited because to know what he did with Jojo Rabbit, I feel like he
Oh
can do
man.
the same thing here, where he can kind of play with the comedy, but at the
Mhm.
core of the story, especially in the documentary, like it's heartfelt. Like there's a group of people that aren't just a team from like from everywhere else just and getting paid. Like no, like they've known each other for years, but they're just
Mhm.
struggling. And it's just I feel like if he can find the center of it like he did with Jojo Rabbit, it will be like amazing. I love soccer too. Michael Fassbender's in here too. Like come on, he's owning this like
Yes.
back half of the year. Like but yeah,
Right?
that's my number 2.
This man is dominating, bro, on the back half. But yeah, Next Goal Wins looks so good. And I'm glad to see Tyke on a non-Marvel project again. I think
Yeah.
there's just
Yeah.
so much backlash with Love and Thunder. And I do think it got a little too much hate, in my opinion. But I'm glad to see him back with the same charming spirit for another movie because, yeah, I love Jojo Rabbit. Thought it was a phenomenal film. I'm looking forward to some more of his outside of Marvel stuff. What We Do in the Shadows. I
Yeah.
don't watch the show. The movie was really
The
funny, though. I
movie?
really
Yeah.
liked the movie a lot. Yeah, so I haven't watched the show. I've heard really good things about the show, but really like the show. I really like him, maybe even arguably more outside of Marvel. So we'll see
Definitely.
how
His
he
movies outside of that are amazing.
yeah, are so good. So I'm like, all right, I'm looking forward to Tyke outside of Marvel again. It's nice to see like who are considered big comic book directors now get outside of Marvel and
For
really put
sure.
their stamp on their movies. Man, for number 1, I gotta go with that Poor Things for all the things we said
Ooh,
earlier.
okay.
I am so excited for that one. I keep bugging the staff over at Denver Film Festival. I'm like, hey, are we gonna get that one for our film festival? I cannot wait for that movie. I listen, Emma Stone and really anything, I'm pretty much ears perked up. Okay, I'm listening, I'm here. So
Yes.
you give her Jorgos Lanthimos again. I'm so excited. I love The Favorite. I thought it deserved a little bit more love during its year, but listen, I'm glad to see them back again and in awards talk. I wonder how far Emma can really go here. I mean, we have
For
some
sure.
big contenders up in that May, December. That teaser just dropped, and a lot of people have been saying that maybe Natalie Portman could be in that lineup. We'll have to wait and see, but that looked really good. Poor Things just has this like Frankenstein kind of like dark but somber tone in the middle of it. I could just feel the friendship and family vibes coming from it. It looks good to me. I think that while it's got a pretty dark overtone, I think that it could be have like a really heart of gold at its center. It looks really good, man. Poor Things. Can't wait. Give
For
us your number
sure.
1.
My number 1's The Killer. I mean, I am a Fincher fanatic. Can we start that? Fincher fanatic? That was great. Like, like that's sick.
Fanatic hashtag.
I mean, he might be in my top 3. I don't know. He might be my top 3 favorite directors. Just everything he puts out in specific. Like when he's in, just he creates the best thrillers. And then when you got like
Ever.
Michael Fassbender in here, and like you said earlier, it does look like he's gonna give more of a like underlying performance, kind of like I would compare it to like Ryan Gosling in Drive, like just kind of
Yes,
silent,
yes,
but very just nuanced. I
100%.
really hope so. But yeah, it just looks great. It I don't know. There was something about that trailer. It just really emphasized like I feel like it's gonna be, hyper edited and just have a huge kinetic energy to the film. I don't know. I'm excited. You put Fincher on the name. Literally, I don't even need to watch the trailer. I'm gonna be real. Automatically in my top 5 movies of the year. You don't even need to
Yep,
show me anything. So, like, yeah, that's my number 1.
100% agree with you. You put Fincher anywhere near a movie, I'm there. Like I'm
No,
pulling
for
up
real.
because I mean, I was trying. We were doing our top 5 Fincher last week, and I was like thinking, I'm like, man, it's kind of hard for me to squeeze him down to the top
Yeah.
5. I love so much of his filmography. Only one that doesn't hit for me is Mank. That's the only one I'm like, didn't really like it. He's gotten out of the thriller stuff before, but Mank, I don't know. This one looks right back in his wheelhouse, though, and it looks
For sure.
so much like his style. And I'm liking that kind of like, okay, it's this killer who's very fixated on this mission, but for a psychological reason, it looks like. But what if it's Mank? No, Jacoby. Let's not bring that bad
don't
juju here.
Don't jinx.
No bad juju. No, sir. Benjamin Button, pretty mid.
Dude, that movie was replayed when I was growing up, like on repeat.
Really?
I don't even know why. So much.
I liked Benjamin Button. I don't think it's his top 3 or 5 for me, but I like it. It's all right. Michael Fassbender trying to redeem himself after Assassin's Creed, but Jacoby, that's not.
That was
really
a paycheck
movie.
That's a paycheck movie. Like, come on now.
That's not really Assassin's Creed. I ain't gonna say it's his fault. Snowman, come on. I don't think he was bad in that movie. But Assassin's Creed was I don't know. Assassin's Creed, nah. Where does Killers of the Flower Moon sit on like your hype meter? Because a lot of people, it came out strong when it premiered at the festival.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I got this confused relationship with Scorsese. One minute he just blows me away. The next he says something that makes me want to slap him. Like, I'm gonna be so real. Scorsese for me is like when he hits, he really hits. Like Wolf of Wall Street will. I'm sorry, that will stick with me to the day I die. But like,
that's a movie.
There's just some films that, like, people have like said it's on top. And I've watched it and I was like, it's okay. I mean, he's a great filmmaker. Yeah, The Irishman. Oh my gosh, my brother was hyping that up. Then I saw it. But it's just, I'm gonna be real. 4 hours, dog. Had to do it for That's Not Justice League, so I guess I'll do it for this too. But I mean, I don't know. I'll watch it. I'm not like over the moon about it, but I'm gonna watch it, of course.
Yeah, for sure. It's sitting in like my top 10. I'm like really anticipating it, but I just can't put it above those top 5. I'm like, I can't put it above Fincher. It's like you were saying, Scorsese is very kind of up and down for me. Some of his that I really, really like. But then, I mean, obviously Goodfellas, that's like tip of the top. But I mean, he has ones that I really, really enjoy. And then there'll be some that just miss for me. Like, yeah, the most recent one, Irishman. That wasn't it, man. That wasn't it. So we'll see where this lands on the meter, but it looks like it could be really good. And Leo looks like he's in talks for actor. So we'll have to see where that one goes. But I thought he was talking about Mortal Kombat the movie, but he's playing Mortal Kombat 1. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in.
I can't wait for that. Oh my gosh. I need to get on it as soon as possible.
I'm just counting down the days till Spider-Man. I'm like,
dude, the marketing for that game is so whack though. Like,
look, where's all the clips?
It. They usually release a ton of stuff.
Yeah, they just kind of did the Comic-Con thing, and then we're like, all right, see ya. And it's like, we'll take some more stuff. Like, give us some more gameplay. Jeez, The Departed is a good one. That's a good Marty movie. I love that one, man. All right, we're going to move into our next segment, man. Our next segment, the main meat and potatoes of the show, y'all. Our segment. Guys, welcome to the Roundup, the main news of the week. We're going to get started with our story that pretty much has been updating throughout the weekend. The Nun 2, which took in 32.6 million over the weekend, which is actually it's not as big as the first movie, which The Nun opened up to 53.8 million, but it did actually take in the most out of the last 4 Conjuring movies. It was 35% above The Conjuring 3. 60% above Annabelle Comes Home, and 23% above The Curse of La Llorona. And those three movies were in 2019 and 2021, respectively. So this, again, The Nun is the biggest box office draw for this franchise, with the first one being the highest grossing movie of the franchise. There's a lot of interest, even though the critic scores are pretty low for this movie. It does still have franchise fans very attached to it, and it has people going out to see this in droves. I know I've spoken to friends who have been in packed theaters for The Nun 2. I was at a screening for it, and it was absolutely packed at like 10 o'clock at night. So it has been quite the draw in the box office. Now, it hasn't had too many legs. This is first week, but it already has dethroned The Equalizer 3. So, Keizi, man, let me know what you think about the box office for The Nun 2. Do you feel like we got a Nun 3 on the way at this point? Have you seen The Nun 2? And
I have not.
Let me know what you think, man. I mean, this is a big franchise that just continues to have legs, even though people didn't love The Conjuring 3, didn't love The Nun. The Nun 2 stuns and opens to expectations. What you think, man?
Unfortunately, we're getting a third one of these. Like, first one made. Haven't seen this second one. Like, it's already made like almost 90, so it's like triple the production budget. So, like, I mean, probably gonna get a third one of these. Honestly, I feel like the Conjuring franchise could use a little break, but
I'm with you.
It's succeeding. They're gonna keep putting these out as long as they make money. That's just how it goes. Defeating, I haven't seen Equalizer 3, but I hear that one's like pretty good. But that's big. I didn't expect it to do that, but I mean, the fans go crazy, especially horror fans of the Conjuring franchise. So diehard and hardcore. Like, there's a bunch of people that hit me up to watch this movie. I can't do it. I can't. I mean, I'll watch it maybe towards the end of the year, but I don't know. I was too busy buying the Creator and Dark Knight tickets for Batman Day. So
hey, I hear it, bro.
But yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like, I'll watch it, but it's probably gonna be some more mid sauce. But then there's gonna be a third one that comes out that I also will have to watch. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's like a love-hate relationship. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I feel like for a while the Conjuring series has just not really been that great quality-wise. The stories haven't been that good. That second Annabelle was really, really good, but the first Annabelle didn't like the first Nun. I mean, it's been since like the Conjuring 1 and 2 that I've just like really, really loved the franchise. And then it's kind of slid downhill from there for me, with that second Annabelle being really, really good. And then the rest of them have just been not so great. This one, a small improvement over the first, but I'm not like running out of the theater like, everybody go watch this right now. People are still showing up in droves. And you know what? It's probably going to be the number one streamed on Max the week it comes out, which I'm sure it'll drop any moment now. They seem to be quick to pull the trigger on that one. They got Barbie coming out this Tuesday. They're dumping it all on Max. And it's probably also going to get more views than Shazam 2. Poor Shazam.
That one, I did not know, bro. I did not know it was that bad on Max.
That bad. I'll be honest, I was a little bit surprised because I thought, okay, you give it straight to the people on the streaming service. I'm sure they'll watch it at that point. No, people still didn't know it was coming out. Literally dropped a video, I think, last week on Shazam 2, and people were like, oh, this came out last week? Oh, no. Not looking forward to Trolls 3. Nah, me neither. People went to church and got scared by that nun, apparently. So the Nun 2018, yeah, I think the consensus is generally that it's not that great, but the box office doesn't lie.
If it makes money, it's come on. If it makes money, it's getting a sequel. We know how these things work. We know if we go see Fast 11 and it makes like $1 billion, 5 of those are getting made straight up. Five more, like
easily. And we got Next one is coming out, but this one made like 800 million overseas. So we're getting another one easily, another 2 or 3. But yeah, let's move into our next topic here. Aquaman 2, guys. We just got a teaser that showed a lot of footage. I would show it here, but potentially got the copyright strike thing going on. So I don't want the copyright to block the stream out. But Aquaman 2, a trailer is dropping on Thursday, guys. And the teaser came out just like about an hour before the stream came out. And Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, what feels to be Aquaman and the Lost movie, because we have barely heard anything. And this isn't even an image from the film, guys. The only image we've seen from the movie is of Jason Momoa in the other suit. Now, we did get some new peaks in this footage that we just saw, which is nice to see some sort of update. But like I was saying earlier, we pretty much bullied them into submission of marketing something for this movie because there hasn't been anything, and this is right around the corner. I think this has been the shortest window of dang near any comic book movie coming out right around the corner, right around the heels of the trailer drop. But let's be honest here. Should we care? James Gunn said, hey, we got the DCU coming out. This has been just littered with reshoots. There's been so much talk about this movie and so little at this point. Keizi, how you feeling about Aquaman 2? Are you hyped to see a little bit more? That teaser came out and it looked visually nice. How do you feel, man?
I'm not like the biggest Aquaman 1 fan. I think there's good things about it. I certainly think like Aquaman 1, Loki has like probably the best all around like costume designs for a comic book movie I've ever seen. Like just every person's costume was like on point. The action was great. Like the story was streamlined. Didn't need to be that long at all. Don't know why it was. But I don't know. Am I looking forward to this? No, not really, because it doesn't matter. I do think like James Gunn should drop that announcement after this. That way, like we would have had 2024 clear, no DCEU content going into 2025, Superman Legacy. But no, everything DCEU related has been dead on arrival since. And I don't think this is going to be any different. The test screenings were abysmal for this, but they did say the last round of reshoots improved it. I don't know how much, but I don't know. It looks visually cool again. I'm sure James Wan is going to give us some cool action sequences and stuff, but I just don't know how much this matters because like there was that whole era where like Jason Momoa was having meetings with James Gunn and he was like videotaping himself being all hyped, and I'm like, is he Aquaman or like what's going on here?
Right.
Like, so I mean, I have no clue. I don't even know if this man is going to still be in the DCU moving forward. I would like him to be Lobo. That's pretty cool, I will say. But as for this movie, I'll see it in theaters when it comes out. But I don't know. This looks like another flop. This is even bigger than like Blue Beetle and Shazam 2. So I mean, this is like up there budget wise with like the Flash and stuff. So like it's kind of set up to fail. I mean, hopefully it comes out and it's like pretty good, you know, but I have just no faith in this movie at all. I'll be so honest.
And this is like, this should have been their big push because
for sure
this was their out of gate best movie, their best box office earner was that first Aquaman. They should have came out the gate and said, okay, we're giving y'all Aquaman 2 as soon as possible. Because, I mean, to make $1 billion in this sort of industry with the MCU doing this thing, you got other big budget franchise movies doing their thing, to make $1 billion is great. Why would you wait so long to put out the sequel for that? This should have been a priority. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, overseas crowd loves Momoa. James Wan does really good overseas. So I think it could do potentially the best of this year. Potentially. I mean, I could see it doing better than Flash. It's not going to be the home run they want. It's not going to be that like $1 billion, even 800, 700 in my opinion is generous for this.
700 would be a surprise for this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, this looks, I don't know, but overseas they love their water movies for some I don't know why. they love movies about water. The Meg, Avatar. Like, if there's water, it's gonna blow up. But I have no clue.
Yeah, and just after how the DCEU has done this year, has done
Yeah.
lately, well, the writing's on the wall. It's time to reset. James Gunn's Superman Legacy is going to hopefully usher us into a much brighter era for DC. So we'll have to wait and see how Aquaman comes out. But I don't know if he's going to swim out of this one or not. But we will move on here. The Boy and the Heron is right around the corner here, and it just debuted at the Toronto International Film Festival. There was an executive there at the film festival who stated on the red carpet that this is not Hao Miyazaki's last film. As we know, Miyazaki has directed most of the movies for Studio Ghibli, except for the last one and several other movies. The last one, though, was actually pretty much regarded as Studio Ghibli's last film, and it was their worst film, excuse me. And it was directed by his son, Goro Miyazaki. Who knows? Maybe Dad had to come back and say, "Listen, son, I'm going to show you how."
No, it don't run in the genes. It don't run in the genes.
It's like, I don't know. It just the gift didn't pass on, so I'm pulling back up. Yes, he is back at it, guys. This executive stated that he has been in the office with new ideas. But The Boy and the Heron, it just debuted to 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is getting a lot of great festival buzz out of TIFF. Man, how you feeling about this, Keizi? We're back to form. The last Studio Ghibli movie was not good. That Earwig and the Witch was horrible. The 3D look was bad for Ghibli, but we've got this 2D world-built fantasy vibe for this. It looks stellar, Ghibli. How we feeling, man? How you feeling about this one?
I mean, I'm excited. That reception was crazy when I saw it. I mean, not that I expect anything less, but just that's rare. Like, that's rare. But I'm looking forward to this. Miyazaki's phenomenal, and I love like this art style specifically. It's so classic. And I don't know, just his work has an innocence to it that I love about it. It's world building, it's fantastical, but like, I don't know. I feel like the animation style in this movie specifically has a more kind of personal feel, and I feel like that's kind of his films. And that's why like they just connect to me so much more. And I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Highly doubt this is his last movie, like you said. And hopefully I need a couple more bangers from this, man. I'm gonna just be so honest. Need a couple more bangers. like needed. And who knows, this is looking like, for me, I was talking to someone the other day about the front runners for like maybe animated picture of the year, and we were both like, yo, it's looking like the Spider-Verse is gonna take it. And then I was like, whoa, wait, Ninja Turtles could get in there. I don't think it has the depth of like Across the Spider-Verse or some of the other animated films this year, but I think with what it's doing with its style, that it would be able to get one. But this dropped and it was like a bomb. It was like, hold on, we gotta hold on. New contender, like in Super Smash Bros. Like, hold on, Across Spider-Verse, you gotta go on hold real quick. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'll definitely be watching.
I'm 100% with you, bro. I'm like, listen, this is opening up a new lane in that animated picture. I've honestly, I'm looking at this. I'm like, hey, enough good reception. This could be our winner here.
Yeah.
And I loved Across the Spider-Verse. Still my #1 movie of the year. But this, I don't know. It probably will do a little bit better with the Academy too. They don't love their superhero movies, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. How much you want to bet they're going to hide Amber Heard in the trailer? That's possible. If they don't, they're going to get a lot of comments on YouTube. That's for sure. Ninja Turtles hasn't passed 170. Yeah, but you know what's crazy about that, Laser, is that the franchise this year made like over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion in toy sales and stuff. That thing makes bank. And didn't they confirm like a sequel anyways?
Yep, they got
y'all better
sequel,
be there this time.
Spin-off.
I swear, everyone's watching it now. They're like, this is golden top 10 of the year. I'm like, where was y'all at when it was out on the big screen? Like,
They wanted to
crazy.
wait. They wanted to wait for Paramount Plus. And now that it came out on Paramount, it's like you could have saw that on the big screen instead of the Meg, but here we are with the Meg raking in way more than poor Ninja
Don't get me
Turtles.
started with that movie. Oh my goodness. I cannot
That one did crazy
believe
overseas.
that movie was just, oh my gosh, everyone was going to see that over the Ninja Turtles. I'm like, the Ninja Turtles? I don't know. Maybe Michael Bay just put a bad taste in people's mouth. Be real.
Well, especially that first one. I don't think people did not like them designs. They were really up in arms about that. I just love to watch live action anime movie or show that is good. Recently One Piece has been really good. One Piece.
I'm watching that right now.
What you thinking so far?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't even want to talk about it. Like, the less I say, the better. Like, y'all just need to go watch it. I'm gonna be so real. I've never seen the anime, but like that show is so good. And like when the trailers first
that's
dropped
good
for
to
it, I
hear.
was like, looks kind of cheap. But like when you actually watch the show, it's kind of like it makes sense. You're kind of invested. Like you don't even care. Like it's great.
It belongs in the world for sure. Like it has its
Definitely.
own quirks that really belong. And yeah, that's good to hear as somebody who hasn't seen the anime, because as somebody who has, I'm like, okay, from that adaptation standpoint, it's really, really good. Like it actually does a good job of adapting the source material, which is the live action anime has a horrible reputation of doing so. So we're finally on an uphill trend as to these anime live action adaptations,
Praying
because they've been
the last Airbender series is as good. Praying.
Oh man, that M. Night Shyamalan film is so bad.
They're like,
It's so bad.
to lift up like one rock, like
they're doing like 5 dance moves for one little
like
boulder.
10 people like in coordination for one rock to just levitate across the screen. Like, oh dumb.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, okay, we do that. We've got the campfires as the source of fire instead of the inner spirit. Just what a weird movie. That one was. Hopefully Last Airbender the series is good, because
the cast
if
looks
not,
phenomenal.
then yeah, they do, and the pictures look really, really good.
Yeah.
And it looks like it could be a banger. It looks like it'd be a certified banger, but I little part of me is very cautious about that just because of what happened with M. Night. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, so we'll have to wait and see. But next up on the list, apparently Craig Mazin, who wrote Chernobyl. He was also a big part of Last of Us, the HBO show, the HBO adaptation. Says he and Ted Elliott wrote a fantastic script for a new Pirates of the Caribbean film, but the strike happened and now everyone's waiting around. So this is different than the one that was going on with Margot Robbie. Apparently, I guess that's been scrapped. Who knows what happened with that project? But this is a project that's been going on, and Craig did say that it was very like out there and very kind of outlandish, and he was pretty surprised that they approved of the script, but doesn't sound like it's really going anywhere. I'm just going to ask you, Keizi, and everybody else in the comments, how are you even feeling about another Pirates of the Caribbean movie? Because I'm gonna just be real with y'all. The last two for me were pretty goofy. I've been pretty off the series for a while, but how do you feel about it, Keizi? We got another Pirates of the Caribbean in the works.
I mean, listen, this whole like reboot remake era that we're in right now, it's getting so overcrowded. I would rather this, like, I don't know, because the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is kind of like withered. It's like on its like last burn, on its last like wick. But I just think if I were to pick like how could you revitalize this, I would honestly just put it in the same world as the old films, but probably focus on a different group of characters. I think that would be just so cool. Like imagine we see like Jack Sparrow across the sea or something, like it would be sick. But I don't know, just the whole like this franchise made billions. Let's make more movies about it. Like, and I think a lot of like today's generations, like the kids growing up now, they don't They don't care about pirates. They do not care, bro. So
No,
like, I
man.
mean, this is probably gonna get lost anyways. It's probably not gonna get made. But if it was to, I would be very surprised. Or actually, I don't even. I would say I would be surprised. But then again, like they put out a whole haunted mansion movie, so I'm like, they're still trying. They're still.
For
And
real.
then Jungle Cruise came out not too long ago. It's like it doesn't seem that far fetched. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I see that Joe San here is saying if Depp's back, Depp ain't coming back.
No.
It's like you said. I think if it was set in the era of the first few, especially when things got a little less fantastical, like
Yeah.
I know even in the first one there was like undead elements of the first one, but it still was somewhat believable in the pirate's tale. So I really liked what they did with the first few, kind of keeping it grounded, even though again there's some fantastical elements, but after that it just gets way too goofy, it gets way too silly. Jack Sparrow becomes this kind of silly drunk character,
Yeah.
and I think that it just wore out its welcome as a franchise. So I'm not really excited about this. Who knows? It would really take a lot for me to come back to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise excited, just because it's been such a long time that I've been excited for this franchise. Now, when the Margot Robbie stuff popped up, I was like, okay, that could be kind of intriguing, especially if it's like a side journey or something like that. But I don't know. The Stranger Tides, Dead Man Tells No Tales. Oh, Jacoby P said they were ass. I don't think I disagree with you, man. Know that Dead Man's Chest was fine. At World's End sucked. Yeah, I like those first three. I was on board. I
Yeah.
was buckled down for the first three, and then we got to that fourth one, and I was like, okay, we could have wrapped up. We're really dragging it out here. So awesome, Craig Mazin. I mean, hey, Last of Us was great. Chernobyl was great.
He's
Maybe
talented. It's
this,
just you would
yeah,
have to make a stunner for me, for not just me, but like even like to get people to watch that in general, you would have to make like a banger movie.
yeah.
And I don't know if they got that in the tank, especially after Pinocchio.
Oh well, Pinocchio. Listen, Peter Pan and Wendy wasn't bad, but nobody watched it. I don't know. You know what? Maybe they should have did like a 4-part mini series. That's
That could
just
have
his
worked.
wheelhouse, and it could have been a little bit more rough and gruff around the edges. Let's do kind of a darker take. Give him a little room to run with more than just a 2-hour movie, 4 to 6
Mhm.
episode mini series. Could be cool, but yeah, where it stands, we're gonna have Jack Sparrow stumbling around, bumbling drunk. I'm okay. I'm over it. Wrote The Hangover Part 2 and 3 superhero movie. Yeah, but I mean, listen, he also did Chernobyl and The Last of Us, which were great. So I'm okay with him doing those. But let's move on to our last topic and a big topic of the week here, guys. We got the episode titles for What If Season 2, and we've got some intriguing ones there. I'm still cautiously optimistic just because of my very mixed feelings on the first season. But guys, let's go down these episode titles. We've got What If Gamora Killed Thanos? What If Captain Carter Finds Hydra Stomper, which is continued from season 1? What if the Tesseract landed before the colonization of America, which is the introduction to a new Native American hero, Kahori, which is the one that I'm very excited for. What if Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne fought the Red Guardian during the 1980s? What if Yondu delivered Star-Lord to Ego? What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas, Iron Man 3? What if Wanda had grown up watching musicals instead of sitcoms? What if Odin and Hela had faced Wenwu? And what if Avengers had fought Surtur? So there are a few of these like instantly that jump out to me, man, that I'm just like, okay, those few I'm really psyched about. But what if as a whole, I'm worried we're doing the Avengers, especially with like that, like what if the Avengers, I'm like, okay, we doing another Avengers lead up, which is one element I didn't love about the first season. But just based off of these titles, are there some that really get you excited for the next season? And how are you feeling about season 2 as a whole? Because I feel like just looking at that list, there's some really good variety, and then there's some that are kind of generic, like the Happy Hogan one. Like, okay,
Yeah. I don't know. I feel it's weird because the first season there was like a real handful of episodes that I really liked. Like I guess I could probably let a couple pass as like that was all right. But like in terms of ones that I really liked, probably less than like three. Like it wasn't that great, but I don't know when What If was first announced, I was like excited, especially when they like
mm-hmm.
I don't know if they showed, I don't remember, but when I first saw the art style, I was like, yo, that's cool. And then when we got it, it was like, it's kind of like one note and like dead. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
feel like there's flavor in it. And I don't know, it just seems weird, but there are stuff in there is some episodes in here that sound cool. I think the What If Yondu delivered Star-Lord to Ego. I'm a Guardians fan, but like that's like just interesting. Like I wonder where that would have where what would have happened with that. Like would Star-Lord have became like a celestial? Like would he like
right.
grew up? And then the one you were excited about, the one where what if the Tesseract landed before the colonization of America? That's the what if stories I want. Like I
Yeah,
don't want to
yep.
know they just let's switch out a character or what if like Happy Hogan saved Christmas? Like it's just like that's lazy. Like give us new characters and you can also just write completely new stories. Those are the two that like mainly stand out to me, but other than that, like it seems like once again, like most of this just not that exciting for me, but one or two might stand out. I don't know. I'll have to see.
I'm 100% with you on the Kahori story with the before the colonization of America. Those are the stories that every single episode should be like. It should be this crazy, like, oh, I never even thought about it. And if even if you want to use what if MCU characters, totally fine. But give us like this crazy, like out of the park story. Like, give us something that we never would have thought of. I do think the season 1, I do like the swap in the T'Challa Star-Lord one because they're such different personalities that I
Yeah,
did feel that gave such a fresh take to it all because of how T'Challa would handle it so much more gracefully than Star-Lord would. The fact that he just earned the respect of everybody in the crew, super cool. So I like stories like that. If you could switch completely different characters, go for it. But yeah, the like, what if Gamora killed Thanos? Like, oh, okay, well, almost. So I guess what does that really change at the end of the day? I don't know. Thor killed Thanos. Is it going to be the same
yeah.
outcome? Like he still gets what he wants, but he just gets killed by someone different? I don't know. It just is not one that I was very interested in. Like you, I agree with the Yondu Star Lord one. I'm definitely looking forward to the Wanda episode. I'm a
Yeah,
WandaVision
that one's pretty
fanatic.
cool.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a musical. I'm here for it. I'm already down for the whimsiness that's gonna come with that episode. But I agree with you. The animation felt stiff when we got it as a final product. It felt just uninspired. And I'm hoping that we could maybe kind of juice things up a little bit in season 2. I don't know how we do, but it just kind of felt slapped together. And
I
I
think a
hate to
big
say that
issue
because
I
uh
think one of the bigger issues as well from that first season was like I get what they wwere trying to do, how they had some of the actors that play the roles come back, but like they're not voice actors and it showed. Like
100%.
it really showed. So like I don't know. I would prefer like if they're doing this stuff, get voice actors that can give you personalities through the screen.
Yes.
'Cause just because someone's a good actor in front of the camera does not mean they're a good actor in the booth. I'm gonna just be so real. Like
Man, I'm 100% with you, and I'm sorry to call him out, but Sebastian Stan was not good as Bucky in that show. And there are a couple other people that I was just like, okay, sorry, you're not a voice actor. You're just not. Some people just, you're talented as an actor, but you just do not have the chops to carry over that charisma into a voice role. Just doesn't work for some people, unfortunately. Um, this is a great question. What is that Marvel Zombie show coming out soon? We don't
We
know.
do
It's
not
just
know.
like the Spider-Man freshman year. We were talking about it
Yeah.
before the stream. Who knows where that's at? And that's one problem I'm having with the Marvel animation as a whole. Give us a little bit of a more rigid timeline of when these things are coming out. X-Men was supposed to come out in the fall. Now it's coming out
Yeah.
early 2024.
And now it's like
Give us
3D or something.
oh
Like,
man,
oh
that's
my gosh, that killed me. That killed it for me because I was like so excited to
man.
see that animation like refined and like sharp
Yes,
and like high
yes.
quality, extra shading. No CG. Like what, bro? Like I
3D.
guess.
I was like, I can't stand this blocky look. But it makes me wonder because last year they released all that concept art. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, was that just the concept and this is the final look? Or did you maybe test a couple different looks? I don't know. I'm hoping by some miracle that was just complete baloney and we get to the end product and it looks sharp, like a sharper version of the 90s animated look. Cause I want that 2D look back. I don't like
I
this look.
mean, even if it's like cell shaded, if it's like 3D with like cell shading, I think that could work a little bit. But like, yeah, I would want that 2D classic style, just like refined, like kind of the whole thing like Invincible has going right now, where like I
Oh
watched
man,
that
so good.
Eve special and I was like, oh, it's like everything sharper, extra shading. That's all I want. Don't change the whole thing. Like, just give me an updated version of it.
Yes.
Like, but yeah,
Give me the modern take. Give me the new crisper version. Give me the new
yes.
the latest model. Give me the newest model. Hook me up. What if Spider-Man never met Stark? That's what freshman year is actually. So that's what that show basically is. So you've got a whole show dedicated to that what if idea. Um, will they have an episode as good as the Doctor Strange episode from season 1? That
That was low
episode
key
was
my
so
favorite
good
episode.
to me.
That was my favorite
Yeah, I
episode. Like,
love that episode.
that
So
was great.
I don't know. I did see one episode of the new season, and I will say the episode I saw was pretty good. I did see the Captain Carter Hydra Stomper one. It was pretty fun. I just think I'm worried that we're headed down that path of connecting so closely again. And I just want these to be like I honestly wanted this to be an anthology series. Like I
Yeah.
going in, I wanted it to be like nothing's connected. This isn't even in the MCU, bro. Like think of this as just like, hey, this is our like Black Mirror, basically, where it's just all
Yep.
these different episodes, different plots per piece. And like the zombies one felt that way. And a lot of them did until you got that like strange one that connected to the Ultron one, which connected to the Avengers, which connected all of them. So it's like, okay, Marvel, you did the same thing you did in phase 1, and that's not what you were giving us. So hopefully season 2 picks up on that, man. We'll have to see what they do with it. We got Lowe pulling in. Need more Captain Carter. Man, I dug Captain Carter. The problem I had with her episode was it was beat for beat Captain America.
Captain
again.
America. Yeah. Yeah.
And if it would have just been like something different, even if you got the same intro, it would have been way more interesting if it was a much different episode where it was like, okay, here's really how it would be to have like a woman like Peggy Carter with the shield. Not exactly
Yeah.
what Steve Rogers would do, not the same shit. Of course, she's heroic, but like I want to see something different. I want to see a different side. I want to see maybe she would make a different decision than Steve on some of this slightly more morality writing decisions here. But we'll have to see where season 2 goes, man. What was your favorite episode from that first season?
It was definitely the Doctor Strange one. I think that one it
Yeah.
hit on like all levels, but I will agree with you. Like it did have that like MCUification, like it was just Doctor Strange one, just like the back half was like different. But it's like I don't know. We were talking earlier how like they could have did like a whole Star Wars Visions type of deal with this show.
Yeah.
I also expected like an anthology, and it would like everything is so like what if the MCU was like this when it's Marvel Studios? What if not MCU What If, like make anything. Like, come on now, you can use X-Men characters now. You're not using none of
Yes.
them. None of them. Like, come on, bro. Like, what if I don't know, Wolverine got bit by a spider? Like, do anything, like anything
Anything,
else.
bro.
But they're like chained down to the MCU and doing all this. I don't know. But yeah, that was my favorite episode from the first season, was that Doctor Strange one.
You cooking, man. Give this guy a pen. Get him in the writer's room with What If Season 2, because, man, we got some kind of generic sounding ones, and we need fresh ideas. You're right. What about the X-Men? Fantastic Four. What? Come on. Give us a tease.
They got
Give us
the
a
whole
taste.
arsenal able to use, and they still using just phase 1 and phase 2 characters. Like,
Whole arsenal. We ain't even dipped our toe into phase 4 except for the Win-Woo one. I was like, okay, Win-Woo and Surtur is phase 3.
yeah.
Come on, like, give us some more. Give us some more. We got Lo pulling in, saying his favorite is the zombies and Star-Lord
was
T'Challa.
really good.
The Star-Lord T'Challa, I like the zombies a lot.
That one
I
was
wanted
great.
more of that one, but some show apparently that they said they were going to make a zombie show, but it has yet to really see the light of day, so that's probably gone. Ending episode was dark for What If? I just didn't like the Avengers thing at the end of What If. Low key hard. See, you spitting, man.
That would be so sick. Like,
give us something out of this world. Give us something new, Marvel. Give us something new. Give us something new, man. But Keizi, man, thank you so much for joining me on the stream tonight, bro. Let the people know where they can find you and what's coming up on your channels, man.
You can find me at Keizi Cinema on YouTube or Keizi TV on socials like Instagram and Twitter. But nothing much. Just continuing to react to content. I'm pretty sure I am going to be putting out reaction highlights though for One Piece. So definitely look forward to that. But we got a lot of stuff that's very interesting coming out in this later half of the year. So I'm looking forward into putting out more reviews, more content. We're going to start doing a podcast soon once again, and just a bunch of things happening over at the channel. But yeah, if you guys can show any support over there, whether it's on my socials, the YouTube channel, that would be greatly appreciated though.
Guys, be sure to follow my man Keizi over on all social media platforms. I got all his information down in the description box, so be sure to follow him, guys. And if you're not following the main channel, head on back over to Geekly Goods, where I've got a couple of things in the works right now, guys. There's some reactions in the works. I'm still working on One Piece episode 2. There's just been a lot happening over on my end lately, but there's a lot around the corner, guys. We've got The Haunting in Venice right around the corner. There's a lot. So come on back over to the channel, y'all, and we'll see you next time, same place on Geekly Goods Live, y'all. Thanks for coming, Keizi. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you for having me.